Guys, Adam Paul Seagram here, coming to you from another beautiful nature spot in northern Arizona. It's really hard to talk about anything but peace when you're here, a place like this, which is wonderful. But what I'm talking about, first of all, I was asking for guidance on what to speak on today, and what just came to me was just talk. So this is a just talk. It's not a TED talk; it's a raw talk. It's a just talk. What's coming to me is finding your divine purpose or expression in life, which is another nice word for work. And a friend of mine just said, I've stopped using the word work. We work for everything in life. We have to go to work. We have to work to pay the bills. We work to do this, and we have to work, whatever, work. She says, I'm not using that word anymore. She says, I'm just using my expression of being myself and giving whatever gifts I can give and enjoying it all. Something to that effect. So I know from my own prosperity abundance training and teaching and years of many lifetime of practice that being self-employed, I've always had to carve out my own niche every week of my life, sometimes for many years, because I had mortgages and I had car payments and I had travels and things I wouldn't do, like all of us. And I had to plug into the matrix and make it happen. And I worked really hard. I still can and do sometimes, but it's got to be joyous, and I want to have fun at what I do. And that's why I call it your divine expression. Finding out what you love to do and just do that a lot. There used to be a guy in California and other places way back called Cal Worthington Ford dealer, and this guy says, "I'll do anything to sell you a car." And he said. He says, and I read his book. I've read a lot of motivational books and success books, and he said, just find out what you love to do and do it to everybody. I thought that was really funny. But the point being, find out what your passion is. And if you think you can't make a living at it, you're probably not right. And there's probably a way. And you think, well, someone else is doing it and they can do it better. Why should I bother? They're doing it. They're having great success. But they're not doing what you would do, and it wouldn't be coming through you. So something unique will come through you, because we are all individualizations of the one, and that's how the one gets to play. That's how the creator gets to play, is by splitting off and making many more individualizations of itself in many, many forms. So we get to be one of those individualized forms while here in this planet. And I like to think of it as a playground. It's easy when you're in nature like this, and I'm at peace, which is I try to do most all the time. And I always live where I would vacation, and that's been my formula. And I allow the universe to play through me. And mostly my work feels like play. And when I have passion for it, I'm an artist and a writer and a painter and a builder and a creator and a manifester and a generator. And if I'm doing that stuff, I'm having a good time. I don't really think about how much money I'm going to make, because I know I always do. And I consider creator as my source. So I also tithe to my source, which is where it's coming through at the time, to whomever, institutions, people, places, or things that are feeding me spiritually. So that tithe means 10%. So I tithe 10% of right off the top. That's seed money to ensure that there's a greater flow, that I have a harvest for the next season, by acknowledging the good that's coming now. Excuse me, living in the now, we can receive the gifts of now, and having gratitude for them in the now creates continuous flow. So there are many ways to give back, and I like to always consider my money, because that's a gift from source as well. It's not my money, so 10% goes to where I'm being spiritually fed, and that ensures that I have a continuous flow. And I don't have to worry about where it's coming from. It's coming from source. And source provides the channels and the ways and the means from which it flows. And money can come to you from unknown sources and channels. Unexpected money can come, and it does sometimes. It's not about the money. It's about being and allowing and playing. So if you can find something to do that feels like play, because I've always been an artist, as a kid I would draw for hours, and I still do if I have an architectural project. There's no time. I'm enjoying what I do so much that I don't even keep track of time, and hours feel like minutes. So so even if you're working a full-time job, you can take a few minutes a day or a week set aside and play with your passion. That's what workshops are for, and play shops, and craft rooms, and crafts, and hobbies, and sports. Sometimes it doesn't matter what. So we're here to explore and to play and to enjoy this beautiful planet as best we can, and allow for growth, and allow others to have their growth, and not be concerned about it. Terry Cole Whitaker once wrote a book called "What You Think of Me Is None of My Business," and that's a great book, and it's a great thought pattern to hold. It's called non-judgment, non-attachment. This is a great subject, non-attachment. To be not attached to what's going on around you, to allow others to express what they need to express, and remain in peace is an ultimate mastery. So in order to be the master of your own life and domain and world, if you can maintain an attitude of non-judgment, non-attachment, and just allow what is to be, take care of your own business. Don't worry about other people's business. A lot of people are trying to run everybody else and judge everybody else, and they do it for many reasons: to make themselves feel better, or they want to control things, and there's really nothing. We can't really control anything. So we want to be free agents of our mind and our heart. So when you move from the mindkinism that wants to figure everything out and judge everything, into the heart that just wants to play and love, it opens all kinds of doors and new channels and new opportunities. So we want to remind ourselves that that's an opening to play with. That we weren't born here just to go to work and be slaves and pay the bills and have a family or whatever. That may all be part of it, but the essence of it is if you're missing that, you're missing the essence, which is the joy and the playfulness. And we're all on this quest to find sovereignty and to eliminate the controls in our lives. So it starts with number one: we have to eliminate the things we think we're trying to control that we really can't, like our children. They're going to do what they're going to do. I mean, we have to set boundaries and rules and teach them these things best at an early age. However, and when you're working for somebody who's abusing you or treating you as a slave, let's say, or whatever, in any way, you have to set down some boundaries, personal boundaries, and let them know that's not acceptable, simply by whatever way feels right. You don't have to go off on them. You just have to stand your ground and say, I'm worth more than that. You say that to whom? Yourself. So do some mirror work. Say that to yourself in the mirrors every morning, and it'll start reflecting back in the world of form as well. So this is a journey. It's not about the destination. It's just about being here. This is a temporary visit on this planet. We all came from somewhere else, from the world of spirit. Some of us came from other planets, and we're born into human form in order to help change and to administer change and to allow more free flow into a very tight situation here, a tightly wound up world. All the problems are a result of that. So when we realize that we're all spirit in human form, and we're all brothers and sisters, and unity is the answer, then we must treat ourselves that way first of all. Like, I'm worthy. Whether I've been told I wasn't, and I didn't know how to be. Just because you're here, you're worthy. So we are, in essence, the children of God, or whatever Creator is. We might be hybrids from other realms, but a human experiment is an experiment, just like democracy is an experiment, and we are all participants. So when we come from our heart and soul in full integrity and stand up for ourselves and live to walk erect and to treat ourselves well and to love ourselves, I didn't learn that at home. I had to learn it through all these years of living, and I'm still learning more. And when I focus in the morning, I think, what can I do to love today? Send me, what can I do to play today, to make it feel like play? Send me those things in the outer form that stimulate my playground, so that I know I'm free to be me. And if someone else wants to judge me, that's not my problem. It's not my problem. So we don't want to stop judging yourself based on what society tells you. It's not about how much money you make, what car you drive, what kind of job you have, what kind of education you have, what kind of family you came from. None of that really matters in the bottom line, in the core of who we are. The core is child of the universe, meant to become and create in the same way. Native Americans called creator he who creates by thinking and knowing. We are designed to create in the same way. So use your imagination and play with what you want to do in your mind, or even put it into physical action, so that you are adapting play. We've forgotten how to play. Our world has forgotten how to play. And in doing so, we've forgotten how to treat each other and play with each other and allow and compliment each other and have compassion for each other and live from the heart. It's taken me all these years to learn that that's what I wish to achieve on a daily basis. That will help shift the world. That will help shift you into a place of feeling more in mastery of your own experience, and that you are here to give of service to others, whether it's an executive or a janitor. It's equal in the eyes of the Lord, as they would say. Lord is our God of our being. It's our oversoul. We're part of it. We're just a piece of it. We're all a piece of the stars, so to speak. And so when we start acting like that, and with kindness and compassion to others, and it's not about being better than others, it's just allowing them to be and being one with them, and whatever that means. And if it doesn't feel good to be around people, don't be around them. But you don't have to condemn them or say you're bad or you're causing me problems. Just move away from it and be and love and give and allow and forgive. That's the story. Morning glory.